Oh, honey. Plastic surgery, honey? My whole body is plastic, honey. That's right, it's time for How to Build on me, Trixie Mattel. So tonight is the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3, and Trixie Mattel is one of the 4 finalists, and I am hashtag Team Trixie. We will see who wins, but Trixie Mattel will always be the winner in my heart. I'm a huge fan of hers. If you remember last June for Pride Month, I made a minifigure version of Trixie and Katya, and I actually was able to present those to Trixie in person at one of her shows, which was really great. So I don't have those anymore, Trixie does, but I thought I would build this BrickHeadz version of Trixie Mattel. I recently got the Trixie Mattel Funko Pop, and that has been sitting next to my TV as my husband and I have watched through All-Stars 3 as a good luck charm. But with the finale happening, I decided I needed to build a full-on Lego Trixie to give whatever magical juju I could her way to help her win if possible. And if not, hopefully a lot of Trixie fans out there will enjoy building this Lego version of Trixie Mattel. Alright, let's get right into it and start building Lego Trixie. Let's start off by building the bottom of Trixie's dress. For the core, we're going to use a bunch of these BrickHeadz bricks. So get 4 of those and line them up like so. The color doesn't matter. Most of them are going to be gray, but they do come in some other varieties now. Most of the colors we're going to be using in this are going to be magenta or dark pink. Those I thought were the best match for the outfit she's wearing in the Funko Pop, but any color of pink is pretty classic Trixie Mattel, so use what you have. So this is a 2x4 plate in magenta, except I only have some 1x4s here. Then line it up with some of these flower plates. I thought really worked as giving it kind of a ruffled look of fabric. So make 1, 1, and 2, and then do another one of those on the other half. Like so. And then do that twice, so you've got 2 2x4 plates worth of that. And put 1 on each side. It doesn't matter if you attach them to the side that has studs on the upper part or the lower part. Each of these things will work equally well. This piece came from the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 set where they fight the obelisk. This is the head of the obelisk, and I removed the sticker. So it comes with 2 of those, which works perfectly. And just put a 1x2 and 2x2 plate inside to fill it out. Color isn't super important, it'll mostly be invisible. I just stuck with pink and magenta and put 1 of those on each side. I thought that was a pretty good version of the dress bottom. Definitely has hot pink eleganza going on. Okay, now let's start building Trixie's waist. So if you have it, for the bottom of the waist, I think it should all be magenta. That kind of works as like a belt or a sash around her waist. So 1x4s in magenta I had, and this would have been in magenta if I had it, but I did dark pink instead, 1x2. Next, level up, 2x2 of any color on top of the center there, and then build up a brick and plate of any color. That's all going to be surrounded by our favorite BrickHeadz bricks, 3 of those. And this part is hanging off for a second here, but we're going to connect it now with a 2x2 tile. The reason it's a tile will be clear later, I think. And then a 1x2 in tan for the skin color, and then some dark pink 1x2s for the top of each side there. Now we're going to build the back. So that's going to be a 1x2 and a 1x4 dark pink brick. On top of that, a 1x2 tile in tan. And then we're going to take some pink cheese slopes, dark pink that is, and put them on top of Technic half pins. And what that allows you to do is stick them into the underside of that brick, so they are kind of like upside down slopes, so they make some, nice shapely curve there going down to the waist. And then you're going to connect all of that together with one of these 1x4 curvy downward slopes in dark pink. If you've got 1x2 curvy downward slopes, you could use 2 of those instead, but I had some of those 1x4s, so here they go. Now up for the front, we're going to build a little contraption here using a small dark pink arch, a 1x1 brick, and then a 1x2 curvy downward slope, and 2 more of these Technic half pins put in the bottom here so that then this can connect like so. There are some curvy slopes that are going in this direction. I just don't know that they exist in dark pink / I didn't have them, so using those Technic half pins was my way to cheat around that. So each of those goes on there, so we've got some nice padding in the front, as it were. Now to finish off the torso, on this side we're going to take a 1x2 plate, 1x1 tile, and one of these 1x2 to 1x2 brackets. I think I got this from the Adventure Time Dimension set that has Lumpy Space Princess. I think I stole that from her car. And then we'll put a 1x1 tile up there. And then this flag piece in dark pink is really awesome. Going right there, then it turns into kind of like a piece of fabric hanging down on the sleeve. And for her hand, 1x1 tan plate with clip on it going on there, and you can actually twist it a little bit to angle her hand. This is kind of like a hand on the hip pose. For the other side, do a 1x2 brick in dark pink, do some dark pink cheese slopes under that to kind of have like the sleeve connecting through there. Then I did a magenta jumper here before doing another one of those flag pieces and a 1x1 plate with clip on top for her other hand. And then finish it out with some cheese slopes in tan and dark pink for the front. And there you've got the torso. So let's build the core of Trixie's head. Start with a 2x2 plate in tan. That will be a little bit of her neck that shows through. Then you need 3 bricks and a plate that are 2x2 in any color. As is the BrickHeadz standard, having a pink brick in there to represent the brain is something you can do, but you don't have to. And get a whole bunch of these BrickHeadz bricks, 8 of them. Not 8 of them, 10 of them, 12 of them, a lot of them, 12 of them. And go around in an overlapping double layer of them, which will not connect to the center at all. Fun fact, but we'll slide up and down it. And now to keep everything in place, I'm gonna put this 4x6 yellow plate, which will be part of the wig, on the top to hold it all together so it doesn't fall apart into a million billion pieces as we're going. So that's what you should have for the core of the head. Oh honey, commercial break honey, Dave's got to pay his bills. Oh honey. We'll be back after these messages honey. For her face, start with a 2x4 in tan and a 2x6 plate in tan, right across the front like that. 2x2 jumper, the bottom center, 1x1 tiles, and then for her signature kind of cheek lines, I guess they are, these dark pink curvy downward slopes I thought worked well, give a little bit of shape and also that strong streak that she does. For the lips, I'm going with a magenta flower piece. I thought her lips being magenta helped work with the magenta details in the dress, but you know, you could choose different lipstick color there. Up on the forehead, do a 2x2 tile up there. Some 1x1 tan plates and tiles here. And then for her upper makeup, I chose pink, regular pink that is. Purple is another choice that you could do depending on kind of what look you're going for with her. And then for the eyes, I'm using this really old discontinued piece, the old finger hinge, 1x2 with the 3 coming off. I thought that looked great for her signature big streak plus some eyelash up there. And combining that with a BrickHeadz eyes, I think looks really great for the face here. Oop. If I could get those to connect. You could theoretically use maybe like a too long wing plate with just normal eyes here, but this is gonna be a little bit weirder. Let me just show you what that would look like. So that's a little more like Black Swan, maybe Little Miss Pound Cake as opposed to Trixie, but you know, use what you got. Okay, now we're going to get into the wig building, which is the most complicated part of this build probably. Over on this side, what we're going to do is start with 2 1x4 plates in yellow, like that, then a 1x4 brick, and a 1x3 and a 1x2 brick, and then take one of these 4 wide curvy arches in yellow down there, nice little bottom curl. Next layer is going to be one of these weird 2x3 curvy bricks. Basically for this build I just found all of my yellow curved pieces and threw them together for the wig. 2x2 plate here, then a 2x2 curvy downward slope. Back here we'll just do a cheese slope there, and then a 1x2 curvy downward slope plus a 1x1 here, and we'll do a double wide cheese slope there. So that is one piece of the wig. The other side of the head is going to be pretty similar, almost a mirror image, but we'll start with a 2x4 brick up there, then 2 1x4 plates, and then one of those curvy arches, 4 wide. Then more of those 2x3 curvy bricks, 2 of them. Back here, 2x2 curvy downward slope with a 1x2 plate. And I just put a little cheese slope here to kind of add to that poofiness. For the back of the wig, start with some 1x6 plates, stack 2 of them on top of each other. Then another one of those curvy arches that's 4 wide. Then a curvy arch that's 1 wide going the other way, and then a 1x1 plate over here, and on top of that we'll take a 1x3 curvy downward slope, connect 2 of them with a 1x2 plate, put that all together on that 1x6 area, and that can all just connect on right here like so. Takes up the bottom part and kind of doesn't connect, but visually connects over there. Now for the upper part, we're going to get one of these big old pieces that worked as the inside of an arch. If you don't have one of those pieces, because you don't have pieces from decades ago, you can fake it with some 2x4 plates, 2 of those, then 2x2 plates, 2 2x2 plates that is, and then 4 of the curvy arch done here in tan so you can see where they go, and also because I ran out of yellow ones, and then a 2x2 plate on top. So that is almost exactly the same shape, just built out of separate pieces if you don't have one of these big gigantic pieces. So that goes right there, and then here we're going to put a 2x2 curvy downward slope and a 1x2 tile. And if you think there's like a weird spot here where there should be some more stuff, don't worry, we'll get to it. Then we're going to take a 2x2 curvy downward slope with a 1x2 plate tucked in it, put it on the back here so the curve curves up that way towards where there'll be more stuff here, then a little cheese slope up there. You can see kind of the curls and stuff are really coming into their own on this side of the head now. For the back center of For the back center of the top of the wig, take a 2x3 plate and put it in this little area over here, though it's not attached, and take a 1x2 to 2x2 bracket. Do the same over here. Connect those together with one of these 1x4 curvy bricks. Just kind of curves into nothingness. So it goes like that. Then connect it to the rest of the wig for real with a 2x4 plate and another one of those giant curvy bricks on top of that. Then over here on the side, one of these 2x2 curved bricks. Like I said, I had a lot of random yellow curvy pieces, and they were all used to make this wig as curvy and curly as possible. Little cheese slope on there just because. Why not? And on the top here, some double cheese slopes to just kind of bring that to a point up at the top. Okay, now we'll do the front center of the top of the wig. So 2x3 plate over here, 2x2 to 1x1, or whatever you have to fill that equivalent area. Then on top we'll do a 2x2 and a 2x3. And then hanging down, we'll do some of those 1x1 curvy slopes, just so she's got, you know, a curl touching her face there. Then two 2x4 plates stacked atop each other. And get one of these big curvy arches that's 4 wide again. That goes there. 1x2 plate goes here. 1x1 plate goes next to that, or that could be a 1x3. And then a 1x4 curvy downward slope goes across all of that. And then here we'll put a double wide cheese slope pointing forward and a 2x2 curvy downward plus a 1x1 plate to fill up that spot there. So close to being done. Let's mix in a big old chunk of wig there. Let's finish this wig. Start with a 2x4, no 1x4 plate. Connect those with some 2x4 plates, 2 of those. Then get our last giant curvy arch, 4 wide. And then on the front, we're going to do a 1x2 curvy downward slope. Then we're going to do a hinge brick, all yellow if you've got it. If not, you know, as yellow as you can make it. It'll be kind of hidden, so not to worry. Then some plates here, some tiles there. I've got some 1x1s. This could also be a 1x2. Then we'll put a 1x1 plate back there. You can go ahead and bend that hinge down. Get a 1x2 to 2x2 bracket for the back. Put a dome piece back there. Then do a cheese slope there to kind of match the hinge, and a 1x1 tile there. Last thing we're going to do, well, first you can just go ahead and attach this to the top. Wig's looking, you know, pretty awesome. Then get a 1x1 plate with a circle clip in yellow. And let's give her a bright pink bow because that is part of her signature look. 1x2 plate, 1x2x2 downward slope, one of these transparent 1x1 rounds with a tiny little peg coming out of it. Build 2 like that, and you can slot those in to the circle clip like so and like so, and play around with the angle of the hinge as well as where the circle clip is resting on that and how these are angled until the bow looks kind of perfect to you. How did I have it before? I think it was kind of like, oh yeah, it was kind of flat there. I think turned that way. Hey! Okay, now final step, you can assemble all the 3 different parts. The lower part of the dress will snap into the bottom of the torso, like that. And then the head, you'll want to take that 2x2 plate and put it on that 1x2 area, should connect pretty well. The head is going to be a little unstable. I opted not to make the head rotate, but you could make this a 2x2 jumper instead if you want to be able to rotate her head relative to her body. And then the last thing is BrickHeadz often have some cute little accessory that is totally undersized relative to the character. Trixie Mattel is also a country music star. Couldn't find an acoustic guitar, but there are different Lego guitars, so you could give her a tiny little guitar. I also had this, I believe it's a Belleville suitcase, which is pink and has a butterfly on it. That's very Trixie, I'd say. So you could give her kind of like a big old pink purse. But, you know, she's not Bob, so she's not purse first necessarily. You could also play around with different types of hands up here. If you want to do a plate with clip like this, you could give her a little guitar she's holding kind of in front. Like so. So Trixie ended up being a little bit larger than most BrickHeadz, as you can see with Black Widow and Joker over on the left. But she's about the same size as the Mega Construx Kubros, as you can see with Skeletor. Since I have all of these displayed next to each other on a shelf, she works as a nice transitional element from BrickHeadz to Kubros. Skeletor, your performance in the Maxi Challenge made you the master of our universe. But we have a bone to pick with your Eternia Couture. Worf, your dance performance was more cling off than cling on, and your Star Couture was more last generation. I'm sorry, my dears, but you are both up for elimination. The time has come to lip sync for your lives. Thanks for watching this video. If your name is Trixie Mattel and you want a free copy of this, please send me an email. If you're a producer for World of Wonder and want to have me on a future episode of RuPaul's Drag Race for a LEGO challenge, please send me an email. And if you're just a fan of Brick 101 and want to take the time to recreate Trixie Mattel in LEGO Digital Designer so that other fans can have a nice piece count for her, please also send me an email. Otherwise, just like this video, subscribe to Brick 101, and check out all our other how to build videos.